Hello, I'm Justina Munengo representing Team 4 of Group C, Spirometry Capacities Assignment. Spirometry is a common pulmonary function test that is used to measure lung function. For example, asthma and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease are measured using this test. I will also talk a little bit further about pulmonary volumes, which is going to help us understand and calculate pulmonary capacities. I will talk about four volumes, which is tidal volume. This is amount of air expired and inspired at every normal breath, like so. Expiratory reserve volume is volume of air expired that is taken out on top of tidal volume, like inspiratory reserve volume is volume of air inspired on top of tidal volume. Residual volume is volume of air that remains in the lung on after expiratory reserve volume. This is very important because it helps the lung not to collapse. Here is a diagram that shows further clarification of respiratory volumes and capacities ranges. For example, tidal volume, which is amount of air inhaled or exhaled during normal breath or quiet breathing, amounts to 500 milliliters, about half a liter. Inspiratory reserve volume, which is amount of air inspired on top of tidal volume, is about 3000 milliliters. Expiratory reserve volume, which is amount of air expired on top in excess of tidal volume, is about 1200 milliliters. Residual volume, which is amount of air that remains in the lungs after maximum expiration, which keeps the alveoli intact between breaths and mixes with fresh air on the next inspiration, amounts to about 1200 milliliters. Furthermore, on respiratory capacities, vital capacity is amount of air that can be exhaled with maximum effort after maximum inspiration. That is expiratory reserve volume plus tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume. This is also used to assess strength of thoracic muscles as well as pulmonary function. It amounts to about 4700 milliliters. Inspiratory capacity is about 3500 milliliters. It is maximum amount of air that can be exhaled after a normal tidal expiration. That is tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume. Functional residual capacity is about 2400 milliliters. It is amount of air that remains in the lungs after a normal tidal expiration. That is reserve volume plus expiratory reserve volume. Total lung capacity about 5900 milliliters. Maximum amount of air lungs can contain reserve volume plus vital capacity. For further understanding, I will draw little boxes like this. Tidal volume is about 500 milliliters. We also have expiratory reserve volume, which is about 1200 milliliters. We also have residual volume, which is about also 1200 milliliters, although some books state that it is about 1100 milliliters. So all these numbers are just ranges, close ranges. We have inspiratory reserve volume, which is about 3000 milliliters. With the prerequisite knowledge on pulmonary volumes, we can now calculate our pulmonary capacity, starting with vital capacity, that is expiratory reserve volume plus tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume, that gives us 4700 milliliters. Inspiratory capacity is tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve volume, that gives us 3500 milliliters. Functional residual capacity is residual volume plus expiratory reserve volume, that gives us 2400 milliliters. Total lung capacity is reserve volume plus tidal volume, that gives us 5900 milliliters. Remember, these are just ranges according to different books, but super close. Thank you very much.